Rain Music TV, and this is your Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review for season 5, episode 3. Very late, very late, but better late than never. That's what they say. Shout out to Riley Burris, girl. All right, so let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so Tierra Marie is back with a new boo thing. Akbar. And she's shooting a video for her new song, Vacation. And it's actually a pretty cute song. I don't know if I'll be downloading it. Maybe I'll give it a listen or two. But it's good to see Tierra working. She's come a long way from, I ain't have no daddy around when I was growing up. That's why I'm wild and I don't give a... Y'all think cause these jeans fit off, don't let my cute face fool ya. She's come a long way, and she is recording a video with this topless boy who looked like he's about 19 years old. Akbar steps in. He's buff, apparently he's an entrepreneur, he has all these different businesses. He has a production company, he has a gym, he has a beauty salon, he owns a whole corner of shops. So Tierra feels like she's going up in the game, she's stepping up in the game. So yeah, you know, he steps in the video and he's feeling like he got more to offer than whatever old boy is doing. Now look, a couple things that we've noticed about Tierra is, you know, she had the drinking problem, or that's the narrative that they were pushing last season and the seasons before that. She was stuck on Ray J, she was dealing with all these, you know, these messed up dudes. So now this guy seems like he's gonna be controlling, and he's gonna use this whole I don't want you to relapse because you know she just got out of rehab to kind of keep her on his string. Now, she goes to this industry party later on that Solo Lucci was throwing, and we realize it's not an industry party, it's more like a full-on orgy. But you know, she's with Nicki and Paris, and he comes to drag her up out of there. Now, I'm concerned for Tierra because all the drama that ensued from, you know, this sex tape and her saying that Akbar put it out, and then it coming out that she actually put it out herself for clout. You know, I thought Tierra Marie was kind of pure, but you know, I'm starting to feel like she's really not. So Akbar is pushing this controlling narrative. So ladies, my life lesson from Tierra Marie's situation is notice the signs early. And if you are a victim of repeat offenders, get acquainted with those signs, get acquainted with the evidence so that you can be out early. You know, don't have nobody dragging you up out of a party. Now, it would be different if he came up in there and he was like, you know, I'm concerned for your well-being. I don't want you being here. Ladies, how y'all doing, you know? But I don't think this is the best environment for her. Get her out of there. Even that would have been a little too controlling for me, but at least he would have, you know, been nice and courteous to her surroundings and to her wishes and, you know, whatever. So moving on. The Lyricas. So Donatella is doing her radio show, and both Lyricas are there for an interview. Mama Lyrica uses this moment to pitch her EP, and she is singing with a host of runs, and she doesn't have a bad voice. You know how some women, as they get older, the voice starts to fade and it starts to sound like they're trying too hard. But you know, Aretha Franklin, who just passed away today, did not have that issue. Patti LaBelle didn't have that issue. Anita Baker. You know, all these people did not have that issue. But, and neither does Lyrica G. The only issue with her is, you know, whatever she's singing about, she's still giving me 21 years old. She's still talking about an EP. You know, do something like a cookout album, or, you know, like something appropriate for your age. So, you know, she gets messy. She's talking about how she rolled up on K. Michelle, and the two Lyricas get into it. She even talking about how she's seen Safari's piece on the internet, and I'm just like, what mother behaves like this? You know, if your mother is shopping at Fashion Nova with you, and she's well into menopause, like creeping up on past menopause, you know, it's a sign that we don't need to be doing that. You know, it's okay to shop at Express or New York and Company or JCPenney, Dillard's, Nordstrom. You don't have to wear the Fashion Nova clothes with me, Mom. You got to tone it down, moms. So we see that AD and Fizz are cool. AD, Fizz, or Drew, and Moniece have this great co-parenting situation, this whole setup. You know, AD is there picking up some shoes for the kid, I guess, to go on to basketball practice. And we find out that Fizz is messing with the very same girl that put Moniece and AD's relationship on the line last season. Now listen. Fizz reminds me of quite a few dudes in California, okay? Y'all know I'm from there. He reminds me of the dude that has never had to try too hard because he's always had the looks. He's always had, you know, when light skin was in, you know, and that whole mixed and good hair era was going on, because, you know, now black people are starting to embrace their skin and understand that darker the skin is richer, is better. And, you know, we're finally starting to love ourselves. But back when, you know, this light skin and this wavy curly hair was really popping, he reminds me of a lot of those dudes who knew they didn't have to do much, so they kind of just got by, okay? Fizz always looks like he ain't up to nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't worried about nothing. He ain't thinking about nothing. Nothing. One thing I can say is that when it comes to that son, he is on his stuff, okay? He makes sure the kid gotta be where the kid is, where he gotta be. He makes sure that the kid gets love and all. I mean, just from seeing him in the past few seasons and seeing him on Instagram and stuff. For him to mess with a very girl that stirred up all this drama, first of all, I don't know what's attractive about that. It's unattractive. It's not attractive at all. And out of all the women that you had access to, you know, the short women, tall women, big women, small women, I mean just women, complete access of all statuses, of all first of all, you're on a reality TV show, so they already want you anyway. You're a part of a group that we all used to be in love with. You still don't look that bad. I mean, you could stand to put on some chapstick and a white tee that ain't dingy. But, you know, for you to mess with Tiffany is just, you know, everybody's questioning your motive. And AD, I feel like she don't belong on this show because she is very sound and mature, and she asks the questions that nobody wants to ask, and she is like drama free. She does not do the drama. She literally is asking, like, you know, I'm questioning your motive. I'm questioning what is the judgment call here, because I need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it. Is it to hurt me? Is it to hurt Moniece? Because now I got to be on mama bear mode, protecting myself and her. So, you know, of course, Fizz is like, no, we have a connection. It's not that. But we see later what Tiffany's after. She's after the drama, the rah-rah of it all. And it's just like, Fizz, like, I need you to open your eyes. What I don't understand is how men don't see this type of thing coming from a mile away. Now, if it's for a storyline, forget I even said it. The sad thing is it happens with so many different women. It happens with so many different men and women. You know, we see something that's characteristic. We see something that's not necessarily good, you know, in people, but we look past that for the looks, and then we're confused as to why everyone is looking at us like we're crazy. So yeah, Fizz, you're gonna have to get that worked out, because, you know, one thing Moniece said, Moniece can be a little crazy, but I do believe, Fizz, that you like him like that, because Tiffany seems a little crazy and she's also disrespectful. Fizz has never had Moniece back the entire time he's been in front of this camera on this show. She said that before, and, you know, a lot of people felt like she was crazy. A lot of people felt like she still wanted him, and I don't think that's it. I honestly feel like he does not have her back, and he does owe that to her, because he's the father of their child. Whoever he gets with has to be around her, and, you know, it would behoove him to find someone or get with someone or require the person that he's with to be respectful of his baby mother, his baby, and whoever else is around like that. Put aside the differences. So because he's not doing that, it just kind of got me looking at him like, what's your motive? So Raiden is on his daddy duties, you know, putting together toys for the baby. He's telling Princess about, you know, he's telling Princess about how he knows about Safari. And that whole little part, it wasn't really much to see, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. Brooke and Stassi and Marcus. So I'm gonna be doing a video probably right after this about just self-esteem and understanding your worth and understanding what you bring to the table and how to operate as a single woman. Because watching this, it's so disheartening. First of all, Brooke is clinging on to a man who is not giving her his all. Okay? No. All right? Stassi is asking him, are we exclusive? Are we together? After she thinks she's pregnant. And then bringing up the pregnancy narrative when she ain't even took the test. It's just a lot of stupidity, and where Brooke thinks she's powerful, she's actually dumb. Because you don't allow yourself, and I don't want to call her dumb because she may just not know, and she may be watching it now, getting the realization and deciding to go ahead and apply the changes and move and push it forward, and that's what matters. Realizing the problem and moving on forward. But I fear that she just don't know. Because, while she is, calling him over for some surprise and then saying that you need to drop her and get with me, I'm just like, are there really women like this? Like, he has a whole girlfriend out here. He decided to get a whole girlfriend when you thought it was just going to be an arrangement, physical arrangement. And you don't feel no ways about it because you feel like you're supposed to be the girl. So, I'm sorry, you do feel ways about it. You feel like he need to just drop the girl because you the girl. Why isn't that a realization that maybe this ain't the guy for me because he's doing something that was not what we talked about? And you can't just put people on hold. And that's what Marcus was saying. Like, if you're gonna be really serious, I need to know. But my thing is, just stay tuned for my video on empowering yourself, self-worth, and I guess how to truly operate as a single woman out there. And that's something that I know all too well. I'm not single anymore, but I got a few things to say about that. So that's a life lesson that we're gonna put on hold, that we're gonna put in another video. Ladies, know your worth, know what you gonna do and what you not gonna do, and don't allow any man to dictate that. Solo Lucci and this blowing his advance. Now, Black people as a whole, we are learning to be more in charge of our finances. We're opening businesses, we're developing business plans, we're investing our money, we're saving our money, but it's not something that as a whole our race has always been good with. We're learning all of these things. So to see Solo Lucci blowing his whole advance, I said this in a couple videos ago. He had no way that he felt about blowing this advance, and A1 is trying to tell him you need to invest some money. You need to put some money aside. Look at all these artists before us who get that advance, which is basically credit, plastic, and you blow it and you spending it, but you still owe that back because you have to be able to match that with your success or with album sales or charts or any of that. So, he's in the middle of this orgy party that looked like it smelled like straight booty. And he is, promoting he's blowing all this cash. And, everyone's trying to tell him. So my thing is just this. If you are, it's not just for Black people, just period. Educate yourself on money. It'll shock you. It'll shock you on how much people are making just by saving a little here, a little there. I was told to do this while growing up, kind of learn to save and put away here and put away there and put away there. And then when you start to see it grow, you kind of get proud of yourself and you never really get that broke feeling no more. Even though you might only have 20 cents in your bank account, everything is paid off. You got some money saved up, so Solo Lucci's gonna learn the hard way, and let's hope that he gets it together fast. Had it Lyrica and A1 get into this huge fight, fight, and they are exchanging some words that cross the line. So it made me wonder, like, is this real? That's what I was tweeting. Is this real or is this real fake? And y'all just trying to get this money. She's pregnant now, so it's just like all it is. Like, how do y'all even come back from that? Like, I want a divorce. Like, it's certain stuff when you argue, it's like hot button words, hot button things that you don't say because you love the person. So, yeah, I don't know, y'all. This week, it was cool. We met La Britney, and y'all, I can tell y'all for sure, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody named La Britney. She reminded me of a younger Tierra Marie. And we gonna see what she coming with. She was moving through this party. She was networking in her little blue jean short. Y'all know I like to tie all this up with a few life lessons. So I know that I sped through this review pretty quick because, you know, I really want to get on this Stassi Brooke Marcus thing in another video because I do feel like it's pertinent. I feel like this happens way more than we know, and if I could just reach one person, that's gonna be satisfying for me because it's something that I had to learn for myself. But your life lessons for this week are: don't blow all your money, save some money like my nanny tells me all the time. Put some money here, there, everywhere, and you will thank yourself for it in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 6 years, because you have put a little away at a time. Trust me. Lesson 2, don't make your life harder. You've got to be able to work smarter, not harder, right? That's what they say. So with Fizz, you know, you're making your life harder with stuff like this. You should have standards for yourself that you're just not even gonna get into. If you're tired of seeing Moniece act a fool, stop inciting the riots, okay? Our third life lesson is about self-worth, and we're gonna get into that video right after this. So that's with Tierra Marie, that's with Stassi, that's with Brooke. That's with knowing what you deserve and knowing how to be by yourself but not alone. Knowing how to be, you know, without a man or without a woman or without a friend there, you know, and still handling your responsibilities. So I appreciate you guys for tuning into my review for this week. Leave some comments down below on what you thought about this week's episode. I do feel like I'm late. Like, everyone that I watch has already posted their review. Funky Dineva, For It's Rocks, Bondi Blue. Everybody's already posted their review, but I still wanted to get mine up because one thing about building my brand, building my channel, I want to remain consistent. So even when I don't feel like getting in front of this camera, I want to make sure that I do that. Y'all know this is something that I love to do. And yeah, so we're gonna get into this next video. Like the video down below, subscribe to my channel, follow me at Camray Music TV on Twitter and Instagram. Comment down below on what you thought about this episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.